Okay, so when it comes to this area here, okay, so what am I going to do for this style of scenario? Now, this particular wall here, especially this piece, to take note how I do the modification. Select. You hear me mention before, Revit Archi, the wall itself is actually the what I call it, important component, because you can modify the profile. Okay, that means I want this to below the staircase. Last time there's a tools to attach this to the bottom, which is you select this, attach to your staircase, but nowadays you can't. See that? It doesn't work anymore. See, it doesn't work anymore because of this profile thing. So you notice that previously, if I select the wall, I can say attach to my staircase. This wall will go underneath the staircase. That is, we are talking about the old version like 2012 and below. Okay. And for this version, it's not allowed. All right. So how we're going to edit? Pick this wall. You see here, edit profile. Then make sure your view that you're editing, you're adjacent to it, means perpendicular to it, like this. Okay. So you want your wall to be below the slab and below the stairs. So I need you to select pick line. Pick this line, and this line, and this line. Then you clean up nicely using trim oblique corner. All right, trim extend to corner. Select this, and select this. So look like this. Extra piece, delete away. So your view should be something like this. See now, for that wall. Okay. When it's done, just simply select finish. Clear your selection. You see that your wall now below your stairs. Okay. This is how you do your stairs this way. I mean your wall. When you do model, you must make sure that you're able to see the join line. Like this case, this is wrong. So this wall, the top offset going to be minus 200. It should be joined below like this. Okay. I notice this wall also clash with the slab because I don't see the join line. So this one, the base should be 0. So a model get complicated, you need to slowly do some cleans up. All right, like this. Questions? See, like this. Can remove your section box and become like this. Okay, so we have another piece of wall to cover. That is for your level 2. This wall, all right, to cover exactly at this edge. All right, that means if you look at the stairs, first story, here should have a piece of wall here. Okay. Second story, you might not able to see that because being blocked by your stairs unless you hide it. If not, should be this wall. Okay, which is this wall we haven't drawn yet. Any questions? Staircase? Now, how are you going to add the railing to go to the top connected here? Okay. Now, staircase for railing. You need to measure what is the offset gap. Distance. Okay, this is 50 mm thickness. Distance for the gap here is 50 also. Now, how am I going to create my railing? Two-way, excuse me. The one is from here. If based on sketch path, you're going to sketch according to this center line. All right, then stop at the staircase first. That is one you edit separately. If you prefer to create from here by say place on stairs, confirm this area will give you an error. I can show you. But meantime, if you are going to add railing, you select the place on stairs. Default, you will see that your railing given is only a handful of it, which is this one here is the horizontal railing, which is in Singapore, we don't use this much lah because of safety. Unless on first story. Second story onward is either wall or this one. This one, the railing is more like vertical, which is difficult for the kids to climb. Okay, so if I base on this on thread, fine. Okay, place it, select my plan or 3D. You see the stairs? This one looks okay, but not the one with this. See the clashes? They don't understand the logic, especially when your stairs are gluing back to back. That's the reason why this particular stairs, you can leave it. As for this one, you must sketch it manually. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to show you now. So let me delete this away. Left only the one at the rear, I leave it. As for this one, I'm going to use the method which is level 1, right? Yeah. Okay. I want to see the line up to here. Level 2, it actually blocked unless I base on this. Okay. So railing, sketch, path. Now I'm going to use the pick line method, which is I know from here, this gap is, this is 50. Half of it is 25. So I'm going to offset at the option bar 25 mm. So I'll select this offset, pick this offset, and pick this offset. So you stop not here. This one should be here. All right, at the 18 flight. This one here, you should stop it exactly on this, like that. So total, there's 1, 2, 3. So when you sketch your railing, it must be continuous. Meaning what? You don't draw one portion, you leave a space, then draw another one. No, it must be linked as one piece. Okay, so done. Be okay. It's floating. No worries. Select, pick new host. You go to select your staircase. All right, so click your view. Sorry, select my staircase, pick new host. You select your staircase and you see what happened. It changed. Now the warning because of the way and the brakes being joined. In other words, it's just a warning, not an error. It's too close, which is the result looks kind of weird compared to this. It got a clean, proper cleans up for easy connection. As for this, totally not acceptable. But I like this joint. It's nice, but connection is terrible. So how to change? Select your railing. You go to your edit type. So what you are seeing here, this railing, those that come with like 2 posts, that means the first one is the start post. Subsequent, all this vertical is your baluster. Now, all this joint is basically here, tangent joint, which is you may want to adjust how your connection line. So there's actually 1, 2, and 3. So you can see the behavior. Now it's trim. If I select well, apply. Look like it's nothing, huh? Yep. Trim. And basically, this top piece here is known as your top rail. So top rail basically means here. And based on what you see, this is the rectangular type, which is nowadays nobody use rectangular. Normally it's circular. So for this case, we can change it to here. See? Now how I come to this is because I select the type rectangular, this button, then it give me this. Okay? So from here, you choose a different type. All right? Or from here, I want a circular 40. Apply. See, they change already. Now take a look. I think the view is a lot more better, right? Look at the joint. I think this is a better one. Also might not be the best, but at least it touch up nicely. Of course, in real world, we can do a lot of very nice connection. Meantime, here we try our best to get it done. But I think by changing this, more or less, this is a pretty good design here. Okay. So I would like to add one continue extend to this level here. How am I going to do that? Select your this current railing. You go to edit path, which is from here. You see your line, extend. So actually, I will just need to draw or pick line to offset from here. Continue. Center. If you can't get center, random first. Then pick line to offset 25 mm. From here. Then these two, you join them. So another word means your top railing, these two pieces, you do it separately after you have your railing created. So now it looks like this. Yuck. Pick on hose. My view always don't update. Pick on hose. Hey, what's happening? How come it's not sitting it? What's happening? Hold on. Did I make mistakes? No, leh. It's separately drawn. Correct? That's kind of weird. This is very funny. Should not be behaving this way. Yeah, it's behaving this way. I don't understand the logic here. Let me see, because of my editing here. Correct. No connector. No. Sometimes it just don't want to work. By default, it should not be this way. I don't know why. Very weird. Okay, look at it. It works this way. But when you extend it, it doesn't work that way. What's happening? Anyone have the same issue? Like my case here? Hopefully it's not, because I tried plenty of time. It will actually join nicely, but just like now, it doesn't want to work. It puzzles me. Edit path. Oh, okay. Got it. Let me try one more time. Could be due to this. Partially drawn. Pick line. Offset 25. Close it. Join. Finish. Okay. Now it works. So just now, what is the issue here? See, when it's properly done, it should be like this. Your railing. Okay. And if you are using this type of railing, you no need so many poles to be connected here. So in other words, this railing, you can actually go to the edit type under the baluster placement. The poles here, you just set to none. Unless you change a different type, then it's different. If not, you see that at least the joint part will be much more cleaner. See, the joint itself, all the connection is properly done. That should be the way. Questions so far for this stairs and railing? Anyone?
Sir,
Mm.
what did you do so that move to the second floor?
Okay, because initially when I select my this railing, okay, I go to edit. I don't know whether you notice this arrow. This arrow is to show them the direction. So it's supposed to go this way up. Just now mine was reverse. That's why it doesn't connect nicely. Okay, let me try to click one more time to share with you. Let's say I pick this. See, it goes the other direction. You click finish. See? You notice? So if I go to edit path, I reorientate this. It should be the other way around. This is going up. Just now it's going down. So going up, see, it's okay. Tricky, huh? So initially I was puzzling why, what happened. So in Revit here, staircase and railing is always pain in the neck. Means what? Sometimes you forget some step, it'll give you some headache. But once you can recall, okay, it appears to be normal. A bit tricky, I don't know why, but we got to try it and understand. Questions? Anyone? Questions? Or you guys are trying the staircase? Because if this one is okay, later I will show you another one, which is this one. I want this to be handicap compliance. Okay, so this is something that although it's the architectural stuff, but for structure, as you guys see, at least you try to understand in case how architect do their design here.
That one is UD design actually. Universal design, right?
Which one?
For the handicap. It's for a universal design, right?
That is just that depends lah. What are the so-called the hook lah, the design lah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It just that because at home you can see that this railing is quite high. It's 1100. So 1100 for, let's say, our grandma, grandpa, in order to let them so-called hold and greet, you know that old folks like us really, like me, our legs muscle is weakened. So actually to have a proper support, this is important. And you can see that this particular railing is touching the wall. So how am I going to hold? There's no gap at all. See not? Here, we still have gap. See that? But this one is directly flushing with the wall. So how to hold? See not? No meaning, ma. Look at it. No logic at all. See?
Maybe
Although our
you make
walls
like
up
the
yet.
smaller one. Like below the railing, there's like another railing.
Yeah. That's why this is what we call the handrail. Because in Revit, if you select this whole thing, they are called railing. But if you go to edit, you notice that there's a lot of different segment names. See this? Top rail, handrail 1, handrail 2. Then you have baluster, which is the vertical component here. Then these are all the joints. Now, this top one rail structure is sort of like the baluster, but it's in horizontal, which is for first story railing is okay, but for second story and above, we can't use. That's why this is a custom built for so-called connectivity lah. How you to connect this? So your railing can be very creative lah. If you notice, right? YouTube will show a lot of different ways to create the railing itself. It just says here, CE, you might not focus much on your railing, but I just want you all to know. So certain thing I might not go in depth unless you request or you would like to know more. Okay, if not, then at least a simple one for you all to understand. So this one is later I'm going to add a railing, which is for this only. This one no need, because you no need two to have only one side will do. Okay.
So how do you change the top rail to circular?
Which one? The top rail
Yes.
here. You see the type, my screen, circular.
Yes. When I chose the circular one, it shows like cannot create a continuous rail geometry.
What is the spacing that you draw? You need to know. Do you follow just now what you see from here? You see, I have a space here. So from this line to the center of my rail, the distance is 75 mm. 75.
75. Okay.
Because this gap is 50, then this line to this line is 50 also. It just happened that this railing now is 40 mm. So you can see 5 mm here, 5 mm there. Yeah. Because initially the default they give you is a 50 mm rectangular. Okay,
I
but the center is
I
fixed.
made a space wrongly.
Hmm?
I made a space wrongly between the gap.
Oh, no, it's still 75. You see, when I edit, select this, I go to edit path. You see, if I measure the distance from here to here, see, 75.
Okay.
75. Center to center lah. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Mm. Hey, no problem. Because in commercial use, this staircase cannot be joined back to back. It must have the clearance minimum 100 mm. Okay, not like that. This is a special case, which is for household. All right, only minority we set that lah. Yeah, so they allowed, but commercial majority to use not allowed. Okay. All good.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, the next one will be on this. That means my plan here currently not required. I'm going to close this, focus on my 3D view, TW, so you can see clearer. Okay, so avoid confusion temporarily. This one and this wall or this slab, I will hide so that you can see clearly. All right, like this. Can? Okay, make sure you have such additional space for you to see the end result. Okay, you can crop something like this. Okay, in order to be unique, that means different from one another. By default, every time you guys add a railing, it always based on the same pair. But because now this particular guy is okay, I want to modify this. So if I'm going to modify this, you must create a new type. Why? If you don't want to create a new railing type, you notice that the default, if you based on same name, one change, both affected. So you must unify them. So this railing, I can, excuse me, create this as, let's say I duplicate. I call this as the rail 1100. If you're facing this railing itself, the staircase is on my left hand. So I call this 1100 left. So it's unique, the name now is different. Okay. So done. I add one handrail, which is currently none. You choose it how you want it. Whether, okay, let me cancel too fast. You see there's one or two, doesn't matter. All right. Of course, I only want to add one railing, but there's no left or right based on one. Just add in first. But whether to appear on the left or right later under position, we shall change. But meantime, you want this railing extension type, see how it's going to be connected. So based on the view here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 means no return, they just extend. 2 is connect to your wall, which is ideally number 2. Number 1, tendency that if those auntie uncles go so near, their clothing will be being dragged by the tailpiece there. At least when you fold in number 2, it won't catch on anything. You get what I mean? It's much more secure. As for 3 and 4, these are for when there's no wall, they wanted or can be mounted on the floor or on the post. So it depends on the condition you want. Since ours here is household, I'll use number 2. Okay, so number 2 means you want it to be wall mounted. Okay, of course you can still choose none if you want. All right, but I want wall mounted. Let's say the length, I want to extend maybe 300 mm. Now this extension 300 mm compared, nothing comes out because the position haven't indicate yet. Set this to left first. So it's coming out from my left. If you choose left, it doesn't come out. Then you got to change the option to right. Make sure it appear. Now you notice this railing is already 1100. You add handrail, this is at 900. 900 is still quite high. If you have kids, you notice that you are able to go further. That means you can have a plus thread depth. That means you extend further. Look at my 3D. See that? So this height to the floor is 700 mm. Okay, so this is 900, 700, this is 1100. So even the kids, maybe 7-year-old kids, he come down the stairs, he's still able to hold on this handrail. All right, so you must think of this type of possible solutions. And of course, all this corner here is quite dangerous in the sense that sharp edges, look at it, very dangerous. See, you need to smoothen it. How? So this railing, do you still need? You don't need anymore, right? Top rail, uncheck, apply. That's a warning. It's okay. It disappear. This one here is your post and baluster, and your baluster to be used on stair flight, which is how you manage is under baluster placement edit. So from here, this is a bit tricky. Let me pick, okay, first zoom out. For those, let's say a railing that you create, all right? This one here is the pattern that show here. But why landing, the track got 2 baluster? Because of this condition. Use baluster per track on stairs. And you want it to be 2. You'll see that there's a conflict between the gap and this. This part here is controlling when the railing is connected to just a standard connection. Let's say on the landing, not on staircase. Then the gap as for the baluster is 275. Okay. But because now we connected to staircase, this guy become useless. But if you just now draw individual staircase, individual railing on its own and not connecting to staircase, this distance will take place. All right. Questions? So now if you don't want this pattern, you just check none, apply. Okay, don't worry. Pick okay. Apply. See, it's gone. Now they left 1. Now this one to this one here is actually referring to this one. So here you choose none and you apply. Okay, apply. Now totally gone. Okay, see that now? So you only want the handrail to show, which is this. But initially, if you don't have a railing, you can't have a handrail. So by hook or by crook, you must create the railing first, then you enable the handrail. Okay. Questions? Now, if I unhide my view, reset, you see, this is probably 2 different type of railing. But a bit scary here is you look carefully. Once your model done, look at it, it's still floating. Okay, so you guys got to be always double check. Model this way in 3D view looks okay, but it's still not connected. See not? Very scary. Okay, so to further adjust it, select your railing or handrail. You go to edit type. Now, this part here, if I go in further adjustment, I can still do some simple adjustment like I just now I mentioned. The corner here, you want it to be what? Smoother. So miter joint change to fillet. Then you give a radius, maybe 50 mm. Apply. Now should be smoother. See that? It's a lot more better now. This value is just an estimated value. So you can adjust at your own adjustment. Hopefully, don't be careful, give some big value, later will clash with the other parts, which is try from small, adjust until you are satisfied. That's one. Second, you notice that your extension can be top and bottom. See, extension beginning at top, extension beginning at end. Because I draw my stairs here, so this is considered bottom beginning. On top here is actually considered your top extension. Now currently it's nothing lah. Later you can change. As for termination, which is there is some enclosure casing here. By default, given to us is a piece of wood. It look like this. Then support is this angle support. Distance to distance is 1002. You may want to change the gap. And of course, this profile is actually this. Currently, we only have one. In future, you might need to add more or change, up to you lah. But all these details are to be done by Aki, so none of your problem. But I just said to let you know. Okay, so maybe here I change to 1 meter. Apply, and it adjusts. Now, lastly, the important ones is the space. See this? All different spacing. The trick here is to get them mounted to the wall is by selecting here, the offset path. This gap here is 25.4. Set it to 0. And you notice that when you apply, everything adjusts properly. So now your railing are complete. See, everything nicely. This part I haven't extended yet because I need to double check if there's a door opening, how long or how far should I extend? Okay. So I only extend the bottom because here there's a wall. See that? Now, so it's quite neat actually. If okay, now you clear the section box, you see your railing and the stairs are done. Questions? Anyone?
No. There's no model making, right?
What model making?
Do you have any
Us-
model making, right?
For the handrail, huh?
No, like the whole building, this one, we don't have to make it into a like actual model, right?
I don't get you.
Like in real life model, like we don't have to like cut pieces and then make into an actual model in real life, right?
This one will depends on your railing consultant. Beam concern, as you know that you guys are CE, so your focus here is actually more on the structure. Now, why they want yours to pick up Aki first? Because they want you to understand what is Revit architecture, to show that this Revit software, the capability when it comes to design. I believe your next SEM, whether it's like this is your first SEM or second SEM, you guys after this, you need to learn is your Revit structure, which is 202. They already go through that session, but because they pick up structure first, which is the other way around. By right should be Aki first, then Revit structure for CE class. Okay. Because to them or to school or to every so-called students, Revit Aki is where you see a lot of different enhancement or tools or how this thing can build. You purely jump to structure, you only see, oh, we create column, beam, slab. That's it. You see skeleton.
Cik,
Yes.
Aki or structure more hard, like difficult? Which one is much more like difficult?
normally for, let's say, introduction, you still need to pick up Archi first. But because you guys are doing CEA, which is construction, your base understanding must be Revit structure when it comes to real world practice. So difficult wise, actually the software you can see from the tools, it's not matter of difficult, it's how much you want or how much you understand. I already said one. If you guys are from, let's say, architecture discipline, or let's say interior discipline, they will learn how to do customization. As for Revit structure or your CEA class, you guys don't learn advanced, means customization. For the rest, interior DEA and architecture, if they still have architecture, they will learn Revit Archi, then they will learn BIM, advanced BIM for architecture and BIM customization, which is how to customize parts, components, and so on. For, let's say, CEA, you guys learn Revit Archi and Revit structure because you need to explore the capability of the Revit software. So Archi is the one that you'll see more on how this powerful the software is. You get me now?
Yeah, but I also got another question.
Okay.
I applied for the course exemption for this module. I don't know why I don't get the course exemption.
Oh, you did ask for it, huh?
Yeah, because I was from ITE architecture, so I
Okay,
learned
okay.
already. So I want to get
Examine.
exempted.
Can.
Yeah.
Actually, you can write in to them.
But they rejected me. I want to know what's the rationale behind it.
Huh?
Yeah.
That one I don't know, like, seriously.
I also tried to get exempted from digital drawing also, but they rejected me also.
How come, like?
I already sent in my my
Your cert,
transcript.
everything, right?
Yeah, I sent in everything already.
Oh, serious, I don't know.
I don't know who to consult.
You sent to who?
I sent through the link that they provided me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because internal, I don't know who do the so-called clearing and so on. I'm not sure. Then
Okay.
they never explain anything.
No, they just put me as non-exempted. Like cannot.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. But IT, the way they teach you, is it same as what I'm teaching or different?
Yeah, it's the same as what you thought.
Serious,
Yeah.
Also with handicap, all those things?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, right?
We learn.
Serious,
Yeah.
Okay. Then how about the construction model?
Construction model, which one?
Like how this part being joined when you draw, did they explain?
Yeah, they explain.
Oh, okay. Like that. I also not very sure like if that's the case.
I mean, I want to appeal and consult, but I don't know who to consult to.
Like that, Currently, the course leader is Tan Chi Wee for this semester. But the program manager, I'm not sure who is that.
Okay.
Maybe you want to check with Tan Chi Wee, then
Okay.
see what he say. Because I'm not very sure internally who's the one that in charge for the school.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Later, I'll just find his email. Then I think I just send an
Yeah,
email.
then see what you say lah.
Okay.
Why too easy for you, huh?
No lah, like I learned it already lah, but
Oh,
might as well just skip it lah, cause I don't benefit from anything.
wah, Challenging, yeah. So you're
But
very
I-
sure your model you sent to me is what I want.
No lah, that one I missed out a bit lah, cause I forgot. Like I missed out some of the details lah. But I managed to-
Then you miss out means is different thing already.
No, cause I forgot to put the apron and the drainage.
Okay,
I thought no
so
need.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you forget means also not allowed, right? I mean, I don't know lah. I mean, to me, if you say you learn before, then the marking I'll be stricter on that lor, compare.
Yeah. But it's okay lah. Like even if I don't get exempted, so I don't mind lah.
I would say no harm learning lah. To me,
Yeah,
if
yeah, no harm
exempted, you are still paying the thing. That's all. I mean, you still
Yeah.
fork out, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's good lah. Based on experience, so you can bring out something that the rest of them they might not know. So sharing is
Yeah.
good, right?
Mhm.
Because here purely an Archi, of course, if you want to show in the consultant manner, a lot of things is wrong in this project here, what we are doing. It's just that I want to clear the model, which is I extend my wall this way for consultation. This is wrong, definitely. You can see from there.
But how is it wrong? Like which part of it is wrong?
Okay. The thing is when you cut a section, if you talk about a real so-called architectural consultation, consultant, not consultant, you notice that in 3D, when you crop your view, let's say, look at the structural information here. You tell me, in real world, how the slab and the wall joint here will look like. Is it what we are modeling now?
Obviously no lah. Like confirm there's more things to add on.
No. I don't mean the
Oh.
more thing. How can a wall be sitting on its own? A wall should be sitting on a beam.
Oh.
Then your slab is connected to a beam. But because architecture, we don't have a beam here. See now?
Yeah.
I
get.
So, and why we customize all this detail here? Because in actual fact, if you talk about structure itself, you are drawing only the structural component. That means your structural slab, your structural wall, you don't see any finishes. So if at Akifa, they give you something like this, you cannot use their model immediately. You got to add a lot of things inside, which is your beam, your what do you call it, stump, your foundation, a lot of things. Then you only draw what is structure. That's why they want you to understand the logic from Archi first, the point of view. Then next time, your next SEM, you take Revit structure, you will understand how to design structural way. Okay?
But will you be teaching us structure or other teacher?
I don't know because there's a few of them teaching structure. I know 202, the last term, I teach them structure. That's why I see they are super quiet. Yeah, that's happened. I meet them again in Archi. So the explanation is something identical to them. That's why that for you guys are 211 ma this year in intake ma. That's why you guys are new. You see, for Zikri different because he attended before in ITE. So ITE, I don't know how detailed they explain to that lah, in architectural manner lah. Yeah. Okay. So end of day is later how you do the cleans up. This is also another challenge. I haven't drawn some structure column and some other thing here yet. I just want to get my stairs done. Once my stairs done, we can do other stuff already. Okay? All good.
All good.
All
Hmm.
good.
Okay, let me stop recording and set a new one.